Welcome, everyone, all those who are here in person and also watching online. I'm Craig Rubzinski with the Rochester Knighthawks. Today marks the beginning of a new era for professional lacrosse in Rochester, a day many of us have dreamed about, and now it's finally here. Lacrosse is deeply rooted in this city. For over 30 years in this very building, the Rochester Knighthawks have delivered championships and built a legacy that reaches far beyond the turf. The tradition continues today and grows stronger with this announcement. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce some of the key figures joining us today. To my left, starting at the end, from the National Lacrosse League, Commissioner Brett Frood. From the Rochester Knighthawks, President and General Manager Dan Carey. From the City of Rochester, Mayor Malik Evans. And from the Seneca Nation, President J. Conrad Seneca. We're also proud to be joined by Knighthawks alumni, current players, coaches, and staff, as well as representatives from the Seneca Nation, Seneca Holdings, LLC, VenueWorks, and the City of Rochester, all of whom played a role in making this day possible. We're here to witness history. Let's now turn our attention to the video board as we kick off today's festivities.
Keepers of the Western Door, these lands are our home. For generations, our culture and traditions have been honored and passed down. Here it's more than just a game. It's the heartbeat of the community, shaped by generations of greatness. Today, the Seneca Nation carries that tradition forward, strengthening the foundation of a storied franchise in a city built on championships, culture, tradition, family. This is the Creator's game.
If that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what's going to. Let's bring up our first speaker now. Please welcome NLL Commissioner Brett Frood.
Thank you. Well, that'll give you some goosebumps. Welcome, everyone here. See a lot of fans, members of the nation, and media, and certainly our friends in the territory, and NLL Plus media and fans globally. It's certainly a privilege to be here. Couldn't be more excited. And it's an honor here to be in Rochester, close to my hometown. Actually had dinner with Mom and Dad last night. So a nice little stop in a venue. As I look around, the first place I watched an NNL game back in 1997. So I know as commissioner you're supposed to be agnostic, right? I've got 14 teams, no favorites. This was my original team. So the Knighthawks. So this has been certainly near and dear to my heart, this process. And it's certainly a privilege representing the National Lacrosse League sitting up here. It's come full circle for me, for sure. And, well, I think I missed the shock and awe of being the one to announce it. It certainly won't lose its luster. I'm here to officially announce the newest franchise member and owner of the National Lacrosse League and of the Rochester Knighthawks, the Seneca Nation.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is immensely exciting on many fronts. First, we're able to keep a professional lacrosse team in Rochester, this great city. Such roots, not only for the league, but the sport. Trophies that have become synonymous with this city. The rabid fans this blue-collar environment, and I know it well. It's meaningful to communities like this in Western, upstate New York, and super excited to have these guys right here that are going to continue to put on a show for the fans here. So long-standing, passionate community, and we keep the Knighthawks here. So great honor.
Yeah.
Certainly equally important is who we have the privilege of doing it with. This goes beyond welcoming a new great partner to the league. Rochester is where the Seneca ancestors once walked and played this creator's game, here where we're standing. This truly allows us to celebrate the deep cultural connection of our sport and is an impactful moment for our league in this community. And I'd be remiss not to highlight the passion and the savvy the nation is going to bring to this league in this city. I've been in the trenches with a number of people over the last couple months, have a lot of new friends and certainly new colleagues that have been fostered in a short period of time. They are very sophisticated. They're business leaders. They're operators. They're culturally driven, focused on community development. And while they haven't told me this, I'm certain the fans will love it. I know they're going to have competitive spirit. And winning games and winning championships will be a priority for this ownership group and this city, and certainly Dan and the rest of the guys. So excited to see the future success of this franchise. There honestly could not be a better fit to operate this team here and franchise in Rochester. We can't wait to watch the nation immerse themselves in this market, grow an already strong nucleus of fans, and support the extremely well-positioned franchise in the league. It's a great honor to be standing here today with this news. Before I pass it over to the most important man in the room today, the one who garnered the largest applause, rightfully so, I do want to thank a couple folks that made this possible. So I know the Seneca Holdings group was mentioned. Jeff Ellis is somewhere out in the crowd. Was instrumental, relentless. He's a workhorse, attention to detail, and was a great partner in taking this to the finish line. Thank you. The gentleman to my right, Dan Carey, you guys certainly struck gold in keeping him in this position, elevating him. Dan is a wonderful steward, not only for our league, but for this team. Has worked relentlessly in the pursuit of keeping this organization here. So in good hands with Dan. Appreciate your help. Venue Works, new operator in the building. Exciting, certainly for the city. And they've been phenomenal to work with, so look forward to that partnership, for sure. The Pagulas and their team, obviously, I know this is probably a bad word here and now, but the owner of the Bandits, so certainly a strong, there we go, a strong partner of this league, and Terry and his team, it was obviously extremely important to have this wonderful transition to what is already a partner of theirs on multiple fronts. So it's been nice to obviously have everyone working copacetically for the ideal result, which is where we ended up. So thank you to those guys. My NLL staff and colleagues, obviously behind the scenes, worked tirelessly on this, specifically Justin Rubino, who heads up our operations and worked closely with Seneca Holdings on all of the transactional documents and just the diligence over the last several months, so I appreciate his help in this. The municipality and Mayor Evans, Deputy Mayor, and their entire team certainly made it very clear to me from the get-go how important keeping the Knighthawks in this city was to them, and have played definitely such a pivotal role, not only working with the league, but working with Seneca Holdings and the nation to make this certainly a special partnership from the beginning. So thank you, Mayor. And just two left here, and appreciate it. I am going to thank all of the Nighthawk fans, many that are sitting in here and at home, for, I'd say, relentlessly and enthusiastically pushing us for this result. Try to stay off social media myself, but I know it was pretty important to this city and all of the fans to keep it here. So while it may not have seemed like we were doing anything, a number of people were digging every day to make this happen. So appreciate the fans. Now it is incumbent on you to show up and grab your friends and grab your friends' friends and pack this place. I mean, this venue, the venue, the owners, the players deserve a full house. Okay, so a lot of people, a lot of hard work keeping it here. It's time to reciprocate. Let's pack this place. And then final thank you, obviously, is to President Seneca and the entire Seneca Nation. It's been a privilege working with them in this process. I can't wait to have these folks in our board and in our governor rooms and learning a lot from them and their sophistication. And they're going to not only make this city a better place, but our league a better entity. So thank you.
Thank you, Brett. Ladies and gentlemen, Seneca Nation President J. Conrad Seneca.
Thanks, Rupert. You always can. And good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. First things first, we had a tragic event on our territory earlier this morning, and I would just ask that we observe a moment of silence. We lost two of our members, lost their life earlier today, and so I would just ask of that. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I come here today with a heavy heart. It's always certainly unfortunate and tragic when you lose a life. And for my ride here to Rochester today, had a lot of thoughts going on. Of course, the excitement of this announcement, but also the loss of our nation members certainly affects all of us. And I know all of our community is suffering today in regards to that. And so thank you. I appreciate everybody's thoughts going out to them in regards to that. So. How about those Knighthawks? Let's go, right? Woo! Yeah. This is an exciting time, and I always say the Creator directs our steps. And how this all came about in regards to this opportunity coming to the Seneca Nation, it was just the way things happen. Unfortunately, we can't predict how things are going to roll out or what's going to come across our plate when we're in government or business or whatever it may be. But to be able to see that opportunity, to vet it, to be able to see what it all entails in regards to what it's going to take to be able to make a move on it, whatever it may be, whatever kind of economic development or business transaction or investment that the nation or as individuals we make in our lives or in business, to be able to look at that in a way of positivity, to make sure that we look at all the different facets of that. And we have such a great team in place in regards to our tribal council that represents our people, our executive branch, and we have a business council also that created this opportunity as well. And I just want to thank a few of those people right now. We have sitting in our front row up here, members of our council, our business council, Seneca Holdings. Jeff Ellis is here and his team. And so I just want to recognize them and thank you for that. Our Vice Chairman of our Business Council, Josh Jimerson, is here, and he did a great job in regards to bringing us together, getting the information that we needed to be able to process that and make recommendation to our council in regards to the support, in regards to the purchase of this franchise. And so, and also our legal counsel here as well, because without legal counsel, we have to be able to have that debate, good and bad, what's it going to take, and make sure that all the information that we need to make a decision comes forward, and so that we make good decisions. And so this was, I think, a great decision. I think certainly the excitement of the ability to own a professional sports team may be a little bit out of the box for a lot of our people's thinking, but I think once the opportunity came, we looked at it and we realized the importance of it and our connection to this game of lacrosse and what it means to us as a medicine game, as a spiritual game, as a game that's able to bring our people and communities together. I think that's where we come from, and the importance of this game we call lacrosse is, I think, very vibrant here in Rochester. You know, there was a day back in the late 60s when a young boy, around 10 years old, got the ball at center court of the field and made his way down to the goal and scored his first goal as a peewee of the Newtown lacrosse team, and that was me. And so Rochester has always had a special part in my life in regards to that. It was my first goal I ever scored in lacrosse, and I remember it like it was yesterday. And certainly, those memories stick with us. And I think other memories that I have in regards to sports, I was a big Buffalo Braves fan back in the day, and I remember what happened with that team when the city of Buffalo and the fan base there lost that NBA franchise, and the team was torn apart and was moved out to Los Angeles. And, it had a lot of effect on us back in that day. I was fortunate when I played in high school basketball. We used to play before the Buffalo Braves games, and a couple of them that we played, with some of the superstars of the NBA. And, the New York Knicks were in town the one game that we played in the auditorium back in Buffalo. And so I had a really good connection with that. And I remember as a kid the effect that it had on me when a sports team was taken from a city and a fan base. And for us to be able to step in, to be able to take possession of this team, this franchise, and to keep it here in Rochester, I think means a great deal to you, the team, and I think to the fan base and the people of this community of Rochester and also this region. And so, I think it's a very important decision and a process that we're going through right now. And we want your support. We need your support. As the commissioner said, let's get out there and let's get people into this building this coming season. Let's pack this place because the excitement is here, and we want to bring another championship to Rochester. How about that? Yeah. I also want to thank Commissioner for all his work and effort and his communication. It was great working with him and meeting with him and discussing the possibilities early on in regards to the discussions on it. And I want to appreciate that and everything. And certainly our president and general manager, Dan, got great confidence in you and look forward to working with you and the Ripper in regards to molding and crafting this team into championship form once again. I know you guys have made the playoffs the last couple of years. Got MVP Connors out here. That's awesome. Congratulations. It was a joy. I've been watching you play over the years, college and then also here at the professional level. Do a great job, and so thankful to have you on the team, and look forward to everything that's in the future. And of course, my new bestest friend, Mayor Evans. I just tell you, I really enjoy. I've had a couple meetings with the mayor. it seemed like we hit it off, we connected. He's a great gentleman and a great leader here in this city of Rochester, in this region, and I really look forward to continued meeting with him and dialogue and working together with the city of Rochester and this region, Seneca Nation in this area. As the commissioner said, this is our ancestral homelands. Our people lived here for many, many years in the past, and we're still here. And so this is a natural, I think, way of moving forward in regards to this opportunity. This whole region of Western New York is Seneca Nation territory, and we look forward to working with you, the city of Rochester, the National Lacrosse League, the people of Rochester, and this region. And so, many Nyawais, thanks for being here today, and just proud of the council and our leadership in regards to this vision and the ability to move forward to become the owners of this franchise. So, Nyawai, thank you.
Next up, Dan Carey will speak about today's announcement and what it means to the Rochester Knighthawks and the future of the NLL in the city.
Thanks, Rep. Just a shout out to Craig Rubzinski. He's been phenomenal through this whole process. Excited to have him on board and just want to give him a round of applause. Sure. Also, we got our players here. Appreciate you guys being here. Obviously, our fans. My parents and my wife and my kids are here as well, and I think I owe them a thank you because I put them through a lot over the last couple months to try and get through this. So appreciate. I don't want to look over them. I'm going to probably get emotional, but thank you very much. Today marks a truly special moment in the history of the Rochester Knighthawks. A new chapter grounded in heritage, community, and an unwavering love for the game. I want to thank Mayor Evans, his staff, for being so supportive of this team and knowing how important it is to the community and the city of Rochester, along with Venue Works. So I appreciate them, working with us and making sure that this team was going to continue to be a part of this community. I want to extend my deepest thanks to Commissioner Brett Fruit. Brett, your commitment to this team and this process has been nothing short of extraordinary. Without your leadership and determination, I don't believe we'd be standing here today. You fought for this team's future, and we are grateful beyond words. I also want to thank Jeff Ellis and the incredible team at Seneca Holdings. Your vision, professionalism, and passion have made this transition not just possible, but inspiring. And most importantly, to President Seneca and the entire Seneca Nation, thank you. Your decision to invest in the Knighthawks and keep the team rooted here in Rochester means everything to us. I think I can speak on behalf of our players, our staff, everybody that is a part of our team has reached out to me one way or the other, and they're just so grateful. So on behalf of everybody, thank you. This isn't just about lacrosse. This is about culture, tradition, and family. The Seneca Nation is a founding people of this region, and lacrosse is a game that has been part of their culture for centuries. To have the Knighthawks now owned by the original stewards of the game is deeply meaningful. It's a connection that goes beyond business. It's history coming full circle. As we look ahead for this organization, we're filled with excitement. We're ready to embark on this journey with our players, staff, partners, and of course, our amazing fans. Together, with the strength of the Seneca Nation and the city of Rochester behind us, I can proudly say the future of the Knighthawks has never looked brighter. Thank you.
And now Mayor Malik Evans will share a few words on what this moment means to the city of Rochester.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. What a very, very exciting day. I couldn't sleep last night. I was so excited about this announcement. And good morning to everyone, and I'm so happy to be here with President Seneca and Commissioner Fruit, and the entire Knighthawks team and Venue Works. Thank you for all the fantastic work you've started to do as you've been the operator of this great building for the last couple of months. And you know, as mayors, we love win-win partnerships, and we love win-win situations. And the collaboration that we're seeing here, I think, is a good harbinger of what more will be coming. And so many people were involved in making this happen, but this could not have happened without the Seneca Nation and President Seneca. So grateful. The synchronicity was just amazing to me. I just had a feeling when I knew that President Seneca and the Seneca Nation had this interest. I said to the deputy mayor, I said, it's going to happen. I said, how do you know? I just felt it. It just made too much sense to me that a nation whose people, whose land, whose people we sit on, would one day come back to the very location and run a team on a game that they invented. It just made too much sense to me. And then when President Seneca told me that he scored his first goal here in Rochester, I said, now it's definitely known that it's going to happen. So it's obviously a huge win for the Rochester Knighthawks and their devoted fan base from across the entire region. And you fans, yeah, man, they didn't stop, did they, Commissioner? But to the parents that can bring their children to Nighthawk games and learn more about the history of the game and learn about the history of the game from the people that invented it, that is a powerful testament. So I love knowing today's announcement keeps those traditions alive for future generations of Knighthawks fans in Rochester, and it's equally huge for the city of Rochester, whether or not you're a Knighthawks fan or not. The Knighthawks represent a precious gem in the crown of jewels of Rochester's professional sports franchises, and they represent a major contribution to the vibrancy and vitality of our city. So I'm happy to know that they will continue to be a major tenet of the Blue Cross Arena at the War Memorial and continue those contributions. And the Knighthawks' relationship to Rochester takes, again, as I said, a poignant significance now that they're owned by the Seneca Nation. It's deeply gratifying to see the Seneca Nation acquire a position of influence in this sacred spot of their ancestors, as I said. And today marks an important day in the still unfolding story of lacrosse, from its origins as the creator's game of the Iroquois people to the multi-billion-dollar sports industry featuring some of the best athletes in the world, and now returning full circle to the Seneca Nation, who are now in a position to influence this incredible sport as a franchise owner. I am honored that Rochester is playing such an important role in this evolving story. And I look forward to working with all of these partners so that the Rochester Knighthawks continue to thrive in downtown Rochester and contribute to the vitality and vibrancy of our entire region. And when we win that championship next year, we are going to shut down the city, because it's going to happen. Go Knighthawks!
All right. We'll now open the floor up for questions to the media. We have time for a couple of questions. Jody Davis is in the back. She'll be passing the microphone around. And I would like to, I don't want to embarrass you, Gene, but if Gene Battaglia has a question, here's a guy that started a grassroots social media push for us, used his radio show as a launching point to keep the Knighthawks front and center in everyone's mind. So, Gene, if you have a question, you can go first.
Thank you, Ripper. I appreciate that. President Seneca, again, we're supposed to be impartial in the media, but I think I speak on behalf of everyone. Thank you so much. How would you describe your management style working with Dan Carey? Will you be involved day to day? I would imagine you have other responsibilities with the nation.
Yeah, I think on the outset, many of us have, lacrosse been a lifetime game for us, and way we do it and the tradition, right? And so many of us have some input. We're going to start out, with that as well. But I think, certainly Dan is very capable, and the meetings that I've had with him, he's been really good. And so we'll have some input on it, but I think generally he's going to be allowed to run the team as he sees fit. So, but we'll have input as well. So, thank you.
All right, media, if you want to raise your hand, Jody will come around.
Question for the commissioner. My name is Natalie Kutchko. I'm a reporter with WROC here in Rochester. Just want to talk logistics of this deal, how much it's worth, and how long the Seneca plans to stay into the future.
Getting right to the money, huh?
I'm not a math person, but...
All right. So the terms of the transaction are certainly confidential. But we're excited about just the valuations of this league and the growth and the trajectory of the enterprise value, relative to the question of the Seneca Nation. I don't want to speak for them, but I'm pretty certain what the answer is. I mean, they're in it for the long haul. They're in it to win championships and grow in this community and be a major part of not only Rochester, but the National Lacrosse League ecosystem into perpetuity.
Hello, Kevin Hayes, Spectrum News. So I cover the Knighthawks and the Bandits. This one's for the president and the commissioner. Just in terms of the transition from the Pegula family to the nation, how was that transition, and what does the future of this rivalry kind of look like now that the torch has been passed and this rivalry down the thruway continues to heat up?
I'll go quickly. Transition-wise, obviously the Pegulas and their management team are a large pillar of our National Lacrosse League and an important one, and it was absolutely vital for them to be involved and be a steward of this transition of having a great new owner in Rochester. So it's been pretty seamless. They're obviously great partners of ours. I know they're going to continue as part of that transition and kind of the handoff. It's unlike many transitions in life that are sometimes abrupt and many times not copacetic at the end. Everyone's incentives are aligned here. So foresee that being a pretty smooth transition and one that's very helpful. Relative to the rivalry, I will pass that on.
Yeah, I think, I envision a great rivalry between the Buffalo Bandits and the Rochester Knighthawks. I think, it probably has been in place before. A good friend of mine, former Knighthawks owner, Kurt Stiers, they moved to Halifax, and I think that's going to be a rivalry as well. And but certainly, I've been a Bandits fan for a long time. I've also been a Rochester fan. I've been here to a few games when Kurt was the owner of the team. But you know what? I got my Nighthawk shirt underneath my ribbon shirt. So I guarantee you the Nighthawks are number one to me right now, and they're going to be for the future. And we're going to work really hard in regards to building these rivalries, whether it's with Buffalo or Halifax or across this league, because there's some great talent, there's some great teams that are out there, and I think, when you're working your way and you get to the top, everybody's going to be coming for you, and I believe the Rochester Knighthawks are going to be on the top, and so we're going to have to be at the top of our game to be able to fend off all of the competition and the rivalries that we have, and so I really look forward to that, and so let's get it on. That's what I say.
Hey, I'm Ian Mills with Channel 10. Can you guys just walk us through a little bit more in depth of the timeline, Commissioner Freud? When did you first interact with the Seneca Nation on this deal, and at what point did you guys feel good about brokering it?
Timing's a blur, just generally in life right now. But No, I mean, the Pagulas have been transparent with us, just what they're doing just globally with their businesses. So we've had time to kind of understand what we needed to do in Rochester and create alignment in our priority, which was keeping it here. So we spent, several months, more than several months, just in our diligence process. I must say there were a number of business leaders, individuals in this community interested in this franchise. So the Senecas certainly weren't the first to approach us or the first conversation, but it certainly was the one that became the most meaningful for all the reasons we've all articulated. And we really got into those trenches probably about 2 months ago. And for all of you in here and watching that have been involved in business transactions, these things don't happen overnight. I mean, typically you take a acquisition of a professional sports entity, and you're talking a year, maybe more. So the diligence and the details and just overall, I'd just say the rowing that took place from a number of folks, from the league level, folks up here, PSE, etc., in a 2-month time span, was quite extensive. So really, we'll call it, I think, met with President Seneca a couple months ago, probably for the first time, maybe 2.5 months ago, and then we fast-tracked it very quickly. So a tedious process with a wonderful, ideal, utopian result.
All right, we have time for one more question. We will break out for one-on-ones after as well, so. No more questions? All right, before we close, I would like to call up Knighthawks forward and reigning MVP Connor Fields. He has a special presentation for President Seneca on behalf of the team.